He knew he knew there were friends. He greeted friends and enemies. He said this, and you will hear this in the documentary. He said, in uniform and out of uniform. In uniform, paid by the government directly. Out of uniform, paid informants. This is what he was saying. He knew this. And he would greet them with everyone else, his friends and enemies. And you look at this picture, you're looking at his friends and his enemies. 9 informants were inside the ballroom. Infiltration is real. Come out of the camps, Yasharal. There were 9 informants inside the ballroom. Now, the question is, if you were Malcolm X, would you know there were 9 informants? No. When you go into these camps, you want to go to a Hebrew Israelite camp. You go into these camps, you know how many informants in one camp? And again, the larger the number, the more informants. This room, I don't know how many it was. It couldn't have been no more than a couple hundred people. With 9 informants. These camps are thousands. They don't tell you how many members they got. They don't tell you how much money they raking in. But they are larger than your huge churches. What they call mega churches. These camps are huge. And they raking in millions. None of the 9 FBI informants ever testified. Again, these clips that you see here, it came from the documentary, and I just screenshot it, and this is what you will see. And I hate to give up everything, but this is what it is. It's a commentary of the documentary. The documentary was, I think, 6 parts. They're like an hour, almost 6 hours long. This is how much work he put into it. None of the 9 FBI informants ever testified. Why? They didn't need their testimony. Everything was planned out. Another thing, usually they said in the documentary, when there's something at this ballroom, the police force is huge. And this particular day, there was just a few police officers. And after the shooting, you will see that the police, it was the worst thing I ever seen when it comes to crime and investigation. That was the worst. The place became a crime scene, and the police was just walking casually, like they're going out to the bar for a drink. It wasn't a sense of urgency. They're getting out the car slowly. The people done ran out of the ballroom, and there's a few people still in there, but they just casually walk through, people walking around. It's a crime scene. You have to secure the crime scene. They didn't secure the crime scene. Awful. Now, these were the 3 men. These are the 3 men that went to prison. The top one, Hayer, I'm going to be speaking about Hayer a lot here. Hayer was one of the shooters. He was the one that was captured. He was guilty. Johnson and Butler, they were innocent. You know, if you known the reports that's went out, they've already been exonerated. But they went to prison for some years. So you have a double tragedy. And that's how they operate, family. They take innocent people. They let the guilty, just like the scripture says, they let the guilty walk free. And then they arrest the innocent. So they said, we got to pin this on somebody. Johnson and Butler, they wasn't even there. And see, I knew this even living in America. I knew. See, we walk within doubt according to the curses of Deuteronomy 28. We supposed to walk in the land of our captivity in doubt daily. You don't know when your life going to end. You don't know when you're going to be in prison. Only thing you did, you went to work. You came back home to your family. And here is a knock at your door. While you were at work, They're accusing you of murdering someone. Now you in prison. They put you up in the courtroom. They get a bunch of people that are just racist as racist can be, and you gone. You convicted, and you done 40, 50 years, and you were innocent. These men were somewhere else. They weren't even at the ballroom. Injustice. This is the thing Malcolm hated. This is what he taught against. So what did Hayer do? Hayer told them. He told them those two men were innocent. They didn't want to hear that. You would think that they would want to listen. Okay, well, who the real kid? They already knew the real kid. The police and the FBI, they already knew everything. They controlled the whole situation. That's how they work. This is Johnson and Butler, the two that was completely innocent. It was said that Johnson was the man with the shotgun. This is what was said. He was the man with the shotgun. This is the picture. They was one of Malcolm's people captured him, and this is how he got caught. Hayer, and this is him right here. And the men, of course, they trying to get their hands on him. This is a picture of what we read in Acts concerning Shaul and Yasharal. Yasharal trying to kill Shaul. He's representing Shaul. Yasharal trying to kill him. This is the man. And then you got Romans protecting the man. They protected him. And this is what they do. They allow innocent to go to prison. They won't protect the innocent. They'll beat the innocent up. But they protect the criminal. So this is Hayer. He in the middle here, he named the others that was responsible. Benjamin Thomas, Leon Davis, William X, Wilbur or Kinley. He told them. They didn't want to hear what he had to say. This man basically came clean. He came clean. He came with the evidence. In America, you can get convicted on the witnesses of one person. According to Torah, it must be 2 to 3. But they had this one man witness. They knew it was true, but they didn't care about it. Here it is in the paper. Confessing in slain. 24-year-old defendant in the Malcolm X murder trial stunned the court today by admitting the crime from the witness stand. Said 2 co-defendants had nothing to do with it. The 2 co-defendants y'all got, they didn't do it. They had nothing to do with it. How did they still go to prison? We don't get a juror of our peers, people that look like us. You get a juror of their peers. When they say a jury of your peers, that means of people like us, not you. If I get a jury of my peers, these people should be brown. They should be brown people. I'm brown. They should be men. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't even want women. Give me brown men that understands me. That's a jury of my peers. If you're a brown woman, you should want a jury of brown women. Women know women better than women, and men know men better than women. We get a jury of a bunch of old Caucasians. Old Caucasians, white, the males and females. You could hardly ever listen. You have your own experience. If you've been in a court and there's a jury against you, or you in the court watching someone else, he's brown. Look at the jury. Look at the jury. What is this all white Caucasian jury? Side note. When I was in America, people would tell me, my teachers at school, they would tell me growing up, the Caucasians, I have jury duty. I have jury duty. I have jury duty. I grew up a man, aged. Never, ever was I ever called for a jury duty. Never. Didn't hear family members. I was called for jury duty. I think I've heard one person of brown skin that was called for jury duty, and they probably was what they call striked. When they strike you, you out. Nah, we don't want to use you. He said, this is what he said. I just want the truth to be known, said Hayer. He wanted the truth to be known. He was coming clean. The man came clean and they didn't want to hear it. This is the pistol. It was a Colt 45 that they said Hayer had. He used. It's not the weapon that killed him. This is the weapon, according to the documentary. I believe his research. He has no reason. I mean, he put all the information in front of your face. You get to see the FBI files. I'm not showing all of the files. I picked key files to bring out the point. This sawed-off shotgun is in the FBI files. You're going to see it. But it was a double-barrel shotgun sawed off. Remember this. Remember this point. Double-barrel shotgun sawed off. According to the coroner, this is what killed him. He hit him in the chest with this. So for him to identify who killed Malcolm, I am going to reveal who killed Malcolm, of course. He did. So of course I will. That was the height of the documentary. Everybody want to know who killed Malcolm. Listen, this wasn't a talk. Only thing we had was Malcolm X t-shirts. Alright, this is the FBI file describing, watch this. No, none of the FBI files were used in court. They mentioned they didn't use any. They said they can't use the FBI files in court. It's up to the prosecutors to get information, to get their thing. This was classified information that is now declassified. They knew. They listen, these were informants. Of course, here's the description. 6 feet, 2 inches, heavy build, dark skin, dark complexion, great coat. You come on down here, believed to be the assailant, ain't no believed to be the assailant who used the shotgun. There it is. They should circle this. He was the one that used the shotgun. So he knew he had, in order to identify who killed Malcolm X, he had to figure out who used the shotgun. And he found out his name. His first name, William X, 27-year-old. This is in the FBI files. 27-year-old, stocky build, 5'10" or 11, tall, dark brown complexion, close cropped hair. Okay, this is all of the members, of course, in the shooting. All the ones that was involved in the shooting that was shooting Malcolm X, because you know the story. There were others that stood up and started shooting. They were all from Mosque number 25, Newark, New Jersey. The people didn't know them. This is what he brought out. They didn't know them, so that's how they were able to come in and to be able to walk out after the shooting. Nobody really knew them. This is, of course, the mosque in Newark, New Jersey, number 25, where all the shooters, this is where all the shooters came out of. Yeah, they use our people against our people. This is how they work. This is their MO. They've always done it this way. This was shocking and amazing. He believed this to be William. I agree. I believe this to be William. When they drug out Hayer, here comes William. He pretended to be against Hayer and be part of the crowd. And he just walked casually right on past.